Hi everyone. I'm wanting to jump on today because I had this thought go through my mind about the grieving process. And if there is anyone who has recently been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, or even those of us who've had it, we have to realize that there is a grieving process that is linear that we have to make sure that we go through. And the first step in the grieving process is denial. And I want to give you a couple of, or more than a couple, five, I want to give you 5 ways that you can get through the step of denial. The first one is to allow yourself time to process your diagnosis. It's important to give yourself time to come to terms with the diagnosis. It may take some time to fully understand the implications of the diagnosis and what it means for your life. Allow yourself time to process it. A lot of times people do get in denial whenever anything that has to be grieved and they're grieving it, they might go through the process of it can't be, or this just, I can't believe this happened. When you're diagnosed with a chronic illness such as MS, which is a debilitating illness, you have to give yourself time to process. It's not as though you're going to be like, okay, this is my new life. You might not wake up tomorrow expecting it to have impacted your life in a major way, but you have to realize that you might not wake up in a week expecting it to have processed in a major way. You have to give yourself time. You have to give yourself time to process it. Because, in all honesty, no one can tell you how long it should take. It's very possible that someone could have had multiple sclerosis for 5 years and they're still in denial, especially if there are symptoms that they have not had to manage yet. There are certain symptoms that everybody expects to be with multiple sclerosis, and you are diagnosed with MS and you have not seen one of those symptoms, is going to be easy to be in denial about it. Hold up 1 second. Hey Siri, go on do not disturb. Can you believe that? I never forget that. Okay, so the next thing I want to tell you that you can help yourself out when you're feeling like you're in denial about your diagnosis is to educate yourself. Learning about MS and understanding the disease can help you feel more in control. MS is definitely one of those illnesses where it's easy to feel like you're out of control because there's not any particular thing that you're doing that is going to bring on certain symptoms. But I want to warn you that when you educate yourself, be careful of the internet because anything can be on the internet about MS. Oftentimes, we're going to a WebMD or you're going to any other type of page or site. It's best to stick with those ones that are like the Multiple Sclerosis Society or the MS Foundation, but talk to your doctor about it. Talk to your doctor about it. Go to support groups. Talk to other people who are diagnosed with it. That way they can give you the actual the information that might not be jaded. They're going to tell you exactly what to expect, what might happen, and how they've dealt with it. And that's the most important thing because you don't want to be in the position where you're expecting one thing and it's really not going to happen, because that's just going to overwhelm you more. Number 3, seek support. And you could seek support by talking to others. Seek support by talking to others. Like I said, you're going to want to join support groups. You might want to talk to friends, but when you're considering the fact that your friends don't know what it is to go through, or there might just be some emotions there that you might need help with. When I say talk to someone, you might want to reach out to a counselor about it, or like I said before, your doctor. You're going to want to talk to someone who can help you process your emotions. So when you're in denial, which a lot of people go through the grieving process, but if you're in denial, you're going to want to educate yourself, and that will help you to better grasp what it is that you're dealing with. Number 4, focus on what you can control. This is a hard one because the only thing you can control is the way you take care of yourself. Things that you don't have a say in how things change, progress, or stay the same. But you have control over yourself. And you are going to want to start taking care of yourself, because it will help you to manage your symptoms, and you'll be able to find ways to fulfill your life. So when I say focus on what you can control, it's almost just like putting on the air mask in the airplane. You can only control how you can help someone else if you're well enough to be able to be there to help. You can't help everything else if you can't even do for anyone else. And that's the same for number 5, which is practice self-care. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, because it's crucial, especially eating healthy and getting regular exercise, practicing relaxation techniques, and engaging in activities that bring you joy. So, again, with number 4 and number 5, when it says focus on what you can control that self care. Don't get away from it, because it's easy to get in a rut and something might come up and take your eye off of the prize. And all along, or all the while, you're supposed to be giving yourself self care and helping yourself to understand or grasp the fact that your life is going to change. It may take, let me say it this way, it's going to take as long as it's going to take, that process. No one said that it only takes 2 weeks to get through denial when you're grieving. No one said it only takes 2 weeks to get through the entire process of grieving. You need to do what's best for you. And those all are ways that you can help get yourself through the stage of denial. Allow yourself time to process, educate yourself, seek support, and focus on what you can control. Then practice self-care. And I also want to tell you, when you have MS, always practice self-care. That's it's not even been what is only on the 4th month, and I want to say it's the words for the month, self-care. But it has been for a while. I think we've all realized that it's so important to take care of yourself and make yourself a priority, and do the things that make you feel best, not someone else. Let them take care of themselves. The only one who can take care of you the best way is you, because you know what you want, you know what you need, and you know how to go about getting it. And if you don't, reach out to someone who can be supportive, not support you as in have to pay for you, but someone who can be supportive in your hopes and your dreams and in the way that you care for yourself. Put yourself out there, get a counselor, someone to talk to, because it's not all the time that you might not need a counselor every single week. If you do, that's fine, but do what's best for you to get in touch with those emotions and the thoughts that you're having about MS. And understand that there are a lot of people out there that want to help you. It's not a weakness to ask for help. Let them be blessed to be a blessing. So I know this was short, but we will continue going over the grieving process. Talk to you later.